Uncle Jake here with my review of the Busby Reaper. And yes, this blaster's been out for years. But I'm holding one here with a nice Worker 22 mag just to showcase how good this thing looks. I'm holding one courtesy of Benn. He found this and sent it to me after seeing that I did not have this color scheme and that I had been searching for it. And searching for it, I had been. And by that I mean over the last 2.5 years I've been trying to figure out a way to try to get my hands on this color scheme. The Reaper came, disappeared, and then reappeared in very, very limited availability with an updated color scheme to coincide with the launch of Busby's basic whole new lineup of blasters that really, really stepped up their game. The Thermal Hunter, the Interceptor, the Tactical Storm, the Zenith, all of those new blasters came out with better looks, better build quality, better power, cross compatibility across the board, and some blasters from the previous generation were really good and got pushed aside. The Reaper was one of them. But then, like I said, it came out with this very limited release with the new color scheme. And I say new color scheme because here's a monorail. Notice it? Yeah, it's the same colors. And with the same design elements. It has separate panels. These are not paint lines. These are separate panels put in place that allow you to, if you're going to paint it, like I did mine over here, I'll set this one down. It allows you to pop them out and paint them separately. Sand them down, prime them, paint them, clear coat them, and then put them back in when you're done. That is a huge thing that Nerf doesn't do. Busby does this, and it's great that they do it because for people like me who want to mod and paint, it allows you to do so and create these very nice clean lines, almost like a stock blaster. I love that. And the Busby blasters really get that right. And to get to the point on this blaster, the Reaper, let's get a quick little review in it before I go into my rambling on how grateful I am for Benn sending this to me. This blaster is a top prime, spring-fired, magazine-fed blaster. It hits the typical Busby performances of high 70s, low 80s. Without digging into my Precise Pros, which are awesome darts in their own right, probably the best full-length darts on the market ever made. I stand by that to the day I die, or Busby releases something better. Or I'm open to suggestions. Worker darts, worker full lengths are really, really good, and so are some others, some other waffle tips. Yeah, I'm hinting at something here. I may have changed my opinion on something. Only those of you who watch the channel know what that is. But I'm actually going to go ahead and break that down. You've got good power, good ergonomics overall. This was one of the first shells from Busby that got it right. The grip is not too undersized. This guard here may get in the way of those who have really large hands. My hands are actually XL to 2XL based on glove size. My hands fit this quite well. Just showing you here, as I reach through, I have plenty of room to wrap my hand through, plenty of room to grip it with all my fingers. And the trigger has a good pull. Top prime is smooth, smoother than most Nerf top primes. For instance, the Retaliator, the Recon Mark II, or the new Delta Trooper. This is very, very smooth, just like all Busby actions are. And again, it has that big plunger tube in it to produce better power at a very, very light spring rate. So the mods that you would do, a 7, 8, or 9 kilogram spring, knock out your air restrictor, reduce your dead space, improve your seal on the O-ring, and if you want to, do a brass breech on this. Unless you're going to add in a barrel, you don't really have room to do a sealed breech into a barrel. I've seen people do some pump grip attachments by adding a barrel, but I wouldn't do that to this one. This shell looks so good, and I am showing it with the Worker 22 because that's how I use mine. It is not drum compatible, so those of you who, like me, love drums, no, you can't do it. this Chris Vectorish style flare on the shell gets in the way of a drum. You just can't use them, unfortunately. I'd love to try the new Busby drum to see if it would work in there, but unless it has a extremely long vertical portion, it's going to get in the way right here like others. And no way in the world am I ever cutting a Busby Reaper to make it fit a drum. I don't care if you have, to be honest, that is ludicrous and that is heresy. You don't cut a Reaper shell. Don't ever. You can go get a Champion cheap now, okay? Go thrift one. Go get a Revolution. That's probably the best pistol that Busby's ever made, even better than the Reaper. But the Reaper holds a special place to me. 80 feet per second, comfy ergonomics, mag-fed, top prime, smooth action, smooth performance, very reliable, very, very little jamming, if ever. In thousands and thousands of darts fired through Reapers, I don't think I've jammed them, ever, without it being a dart that's been chewed up previously, and it just wouldn't feed because the air vented out of it. But no, it's a fantastic blaster. It's one of the best that Busby has ever made. And it's been one of the coolest looking shells they've ever made. And it's extremely moddable. So, it's a win-win-win all around. And Ross has these things for $7.99, which brings me back to the fact that Benn sent this to me. He found it at a Ross. I don't have a Ross near me. I contacted Busby. Tried to see if I could find one of these. Tried to see if I could talk them into sending me one as a test sample. But of course it's been out for so long they don't have one there at their offices. Because I deal with their marketing department. I don't deal with their distribution department. And the marketing department couldn't get their hands on one. Because they are limited to what they can get me, even. Because they're very nice to work with and they're very upfront and honest. They will tell you, hey, I'll try to get this for you. No, they couldn't. So for 2.5 years, I was completely out of luck. Even though I almost bought one on eBay for about 30 bucks, plus the person was charging about $20 shipping. So yeah, I almost spent 40-some dollars on a Reaper. That's how bad I wanted it. Talked myself out of it at the last minute, and then it disappeared off of eBay. Somebody actually bought it. The seller had 2 of them. I almost bought them. But talked myself out of it, and I thought, well, now looking back, I was like, that's probably my only chance I was ever going to get one. And I passed up on it because I was being cheap at the time and didn't want to spend almost $50 on a Reaper. Well, thankfully, Busby re-released this thing and it went to Ross's for $7.99, and Benn was kind enough to go pick one up, knowing that I wanted one, knowing that I didn't have one, knowing I couldn't get one, and he went to the trouble to send me one. And I am very, very, very grateful for Benn and his family for sending me this blaster. I am definitely going to mod it, and I am definitely going to carry it with me as a primary to at least one or more events in the coming year. I won't be going to any events through the winter. That'll be spring, summer, fall of next year. This thing's going to make an appearance with me at least once, if not more. So thank you, Benn, for sending this and making this little review video thingy possible. Because it's hard to review a blaster I already love. And it's been out for years. And be unbiased about it. Because, oh yeah, I'm biased. I love the thing. I think everybody should have a Reaper, or 2, or 5, or 10. But it's going to get modded. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to do like about a 9 kilogram and brass breech mod on this one. No custom painting. I might try to do a custom sight of some sort. But that'll be about it. Just to make it, stand out a little bit more. But heck, this color scheme stands out already. It's the rarest of color schemes for the Reaper. And only those of you who have a Ross nearby that actually ordered these, because they were not widely distributed. So if you've got one, I'll take more. I know David Bolak was saying that he might be able to get me one. If he is, I'll pay for it even. I love these things, and I would love to get another one of these to put brand new in the box somewhere, and then I'll run with one. But this is August Jake saying thank you to Benn first and foremost, and most of all, for sending this to me. And I'm going to make sure there's more content featuring this blaster, because I want to mod this thing up and then go use it at some games in the coming year. This is Monkish Jake saying thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.